everyone. So today I wanted to talk to you about the magic of essential oils and aromatherapy. This is something that has made a very profound change in my life, and something that I love, and two things really that I love to weave into our offerings and have become very integral into a lot of our retreat and wellness practices. So we don't have too much time today, but I wanted to give you a little taster about essential oils, what the heck they are, where do they come from, some of the ways in which we can use them, and really how you can start to take essential oils, aromatherapy, and work them into your day-to-day life and your existing wellness practices. So first of all, what the heck are essential oils and why do we keep hearing about them? So stated simply, these oils are extracted compounds from plants, and in this oil, the plant's essence is captured and used as an alternative holistic medicine that supports our whole being, right? And that's what holistic really means. It's not, a lot of our Western medicine finds a problem, targets it, uses a medicine that is a specific identified compound, and then to treat a symptom, whereas essential oils that are very complex, have so many different components, treat our whole being, our body, mind, and spirit. So they work on the physical level to heal ailments, whether that be a headache or digestive issues, on the level of the mind. So working with our emotions and our endocrine system to balance our hormones and to create a sense of well-being, as well as the spiritual realms as our energetic being as well. So why? So just to state a few of some of the amazing things about essential oils and the ways in which we can use them. Some oils are antiviral. That is very key. For some sicknesses, doctors will actually, extract a bacteria or what have you, and test the effectiveness of certain oils in getting rid of this bacteria. So all are antibacterial. Others are immunostimulants. We have oils that increase our white blood cells' ability to dispose of bacteria. Others ward off disease. Others help increase the vitality of our blood. And others simply just help us have a great night of sleep. All wonderful things. So a little bit of history. How long have essential oils been around in aromatherapy? So a lot of us may know essential oils or these plant extracts from cosmetics and perfumes. We have jasmine or, any of the brand name perfumes that will list a certain number of essences within them. But these essential oils have been used for thousands and thousands of years in indigenous ceremonies and rituals. And that's really some of the ways that we love to bring them into our offerings with Shanti Atma Journeys, is we use them to enhance the healing process, to enhance our experience, really just to create a more profound connection with the present moment, and while weaving that into different yogic practices from yin yoga and meditation and so forth. Plants, and I like to invite this sense of, or this experience of herbalism when we're talking about essential oils, right? Plants have always existed. We're made out of the same fundamental components, right? And they've always been ready to work in tandem with the human body to create healing on so many different levels. And just like you or me, there are so many plants in the world, and we have to get to know the unique characteristics of these plant essences. And in doing so, we are brought closer to nature and ultimately to what I like to call our capital S selves. I'm sure you've heard that before. It's our higher state of being, our ego divested self. And so a few words. The age of thinking we are separate from the plant world is over, my dear friend. I offer you the reminder of the age-old aromatherapy practices in the hopes you'll be able to reconnect to your soul and heart, back to the heart of Mother Nature. So in our offerings, we like to bring in a component of experience as well as education. So we will learn about the ways in which essential oils and aromatherapy can, in discussions and workshops, can promote relaxation and reduce our stress and anxiety, and how they can impact our overall immune health. And we'll experience this as well as learn about it. So how do we get essential oils? Through extraction. So different oils have different levels of difficulty, as can be expected with a very diverse range of options here. But mainly these are through distillation with steam or water. But these can end, all of these different components, their synergy is very, very complex, but can have very profound physiological and psychological impacts on our bodies. And what is the most efficient way for us to experience this? And this is through inhalation. So when we inhale essential oils, we heat them up, with our bodies, and that mixes with the mucous membranes of our nasal cavity, and this translates a message directly to the limbic portion of our brain. And this, you might have heard the limbic portion of the brain described as our seat of emotions, right? So that is why this connection between our sense of smell and how we feel is so intimately connected. So they can have an immediate effect on our mood and well-being. We like to call them these little pockets these little vials of magic potion. You are just one smell and inhalation, whether it's a spray or you're putting it on a tissue or a hot compress. But at a physiological level, they can have such an impact on our mood. So relaxation, like I just said, one of the best ways to experience this is through inhalation. Another great way is through the skin. So one amazing way that you can see that essential oils are able to enter the body through skin is if you take a raw clove of garlic and you actually rub it on the bottom of your foot. After about 30 minutes or so, you'll start to taste garlic in your mouth. But you don't need to do it with garlic. There are much nicer scents out there. So for instance, relaxation, that's a great thing to happen before sleep, right? So lavender, for example, is a great one, or some type of blend of lavender, chamomile, all those different relaxing essential oils. You can rub them on the bottom of the feet before bed, and that's a great option. Another option is to add them to bath. So after the water has begun to heat up, it's a great time to add essential oils to your bath to allow that heat to facilitate the release of the scent. So immune health. So like we were saying before, these many essential oils fortify the immune system. They can be anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, antiseptic, antibacterial, and some are antiviral. And what I find really interesting is the effect that essential oils can have on the endocrine system. So this is our hormonal system. So this is kind of that almost direct link between the emotional body and the physical body. So for example, fennel oil has plant oestrogen, which stimulates the production of breast milk for mothers and can be really useful in treating symptoms of the moon cycle, so any tension you may have in your abdomen, and likewise can be great for tension you have on the digestive tract from eating inflammatory foods and so forth. They also help increase our ability to respond to stress and the level of vital nutrients in the bloodstream, which is very important, the health of our blood. So for reducing stress and anxiety, we recommend that you use oils that are balancing, uplifting, and grounding. So one of the ways in which you can do this is to add essential oils to the ritual of your meditation practice. So inhalation, like we said, is one of the best ways, and I love to just rub a little bit of an essential oil or an essential oil mix onto the hands, rub them together to heat up the oil, and then simply place them over the face while taking long, deep breaths and being really present and aware of how the oil and the different scents are impacting the system. What's great about essential oils is that it's as much about the science of it and the physiological benefits as it is about pleasure. You should really like the things that you're smelling, and it's really the almost the marriage of the science of the oils with our intuition that really brings out the creative potential of aromatherapy in these different oils. So, and when this is happening, this is working with the nervous system to treat emotional and physical symptoms. For example, lavender is a great one for treating emotional symptoms of stress that are directly linked to physical symptoms. So if you're stressed and you're feeling a tension headache, lavender is a great one. Or peppermint. Like I said, the essential oil treats all of you, body, mind, and spirit. Speaking of lavender, one of the reasons I chose lavender to bring up here is because along with Roman chamomile, it's among one of the safest oils. Just a disclaimer here, always recommend you do your research before using oils, definitely into the recommended dilutions, and to how the oil interacts with your own constitution. Always test it out, but in general, this is great to use if you have young children or babies or pets around. Definitely be wary of the oils you use if you have your dog around, because their respiratory system is a little bit more sensitive to different scents than ours. But in general, lavender is a beautiful oil, and it's very calming and balancing. So it's something that's not necessarily sedative, but it's calming us into a place where we can fall asleep. And that's one of the reasons it's so great to treat insomnia. This is also a great one to add to your herbal first aid kit for bites and stings. It's anti-inflammatory, it's antispasmodic, it's antibacterial. It's really a go-to oil, especially if you're starting out with essential oils and aromatherapy. One of my favorite things to do with lavender is to put it on the outside of my eye mask, or on my pillows, or on my sheets. So it's very subtle, and it kind of just can soothe you into a wonderful night of sleep. So frankincense. This is my favorite oil when we're talking about treating a holistic treatment of the spiritual and energetic realms. So this is great for adding to baths, for simple inhalation methods, room fragrances, incense. And so essential oils have been around for a long, long time, and some of the best records of this are from ancient Egypt, right? They left a lot of clues and archaeological evidence that they used different smells and incense in their spiritual and religious practices. So it works on the nervous system. It's good to treat anxiety, and it has this woodsy and slightly spicy fragrance that is really welcomed in ceremonies as a link to divine, especially for frankincense incense, right? Is when you translate this physical essence of the plant, whether that be in the oil or the incense, and then it becomes ether, it becomes air, and goes off into the ether. And that's how they believe that we would translate these prayers from something of the physical to the metaphysical. And then sweet orange. This is another really great non-toxic oil. It's a great one to use if you're just kind of starting out with essential oils, because again, adverse effects to it are rare but possible. So again, please do your research before experimenting with any of these oils. But in general, this one's very uplifting, detoxifying, sweet. It really embodies the experience of eating a sweet orange. It's very nice. So recommended uses for this, of course, would be to add it to your baths, whether that be a ceremonial plant bath where you're cooking herbs and adding essential oils and washing yourself with it, or simply adding it to your hygienic bath. Incense, fragrances, and this is a good one on more of a psychological profile to use if you have trouble getting things done. It's detoxifying, and it just brings you down a little bit, back down to earth, helps you figure out what you really need to do. And then on a physiological level, it helps encourage excess fluids and waste from the system. So that's a great one. If you know your Ayurvedic dosha, for example, and you're more inclined towards kapha, it helps you kind of get things going, moving through the system, helps you speed up when you're feeling sluggish. And like I said, it relaxes through uplifting rather than being sedating. So you're going to become relaxed, but you're not going to fall asleep at the wheel or anything like that. So we're running out of time here, but I hope that was a great taste for essential oils and gave you a little bit of an idea of one of the reasons I'm so passionate about it, and how we weave this into the principles of yin yoga, self-care, and really this idea of sacred health and the way that we can access health and take health back into our own hands. You don't always need someone else to tell you how you're feeling. Essential oils really help you tune in to what's happening in your body and give you the tools and the power to connect back to this vessel that you're given, this vessel that we have to journey through this life. And we always like to say all of you is welcome here. So our next offering that's including the magic of aromatherapy is Sacred Space in Bali. So all you need to do if you're interested in this is click on the little part that says click here to learn more about it. And this is something we'll be having workshops, meditations, and a whole host of different wellness practices, definitely including aromatherapy and essential oils. So really would love to get in touch with you. Our email's listed here, our Facebook, our Instagram. We would love to connect with you. And then also to book a free coaching call on how to use essential oils. There is so much information out there and it's all wonderful. But if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and would like some curated advice on how you can bring aromatherapy and essential oils, please reach out and we would love to hear from you.